Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Ondo. It's been a long time coming, all right? It's a little bit late that I'm covering Ondo right here. Although I must say that my last analysis and the last videos I did on Ondo were still valid and were still useful, right? Because if we go back to my last video on Ondo, and we're going to do a full update right here as well. So so we'll talk about what I think is possible here. We'll do a brief look. We'll take a brief glance over the fundamentals. Although I think in market circumstances like these, those matter a little bit less. But the fundamentals are actually quite stable. TVL at this point of time is $1.4 billion, which is basically still the same as the last time we looked at that. And basically still the same since the 21st of June. So you could consider that as slightly bearish. But like I said, I mean, in market circumstances like these, fundamentals matter less and less, right? Fundamentals tend to matter more in bearish market circumstances than in bullish market circumstances. But all right, so last video I did on Ondo, and the last times we covered Ondo, what we saw is that Ondo was able to at least partially recover some sort of stability right here at 76 and 75 cents, right? That was very much the main level that Ondo really needed to reclaim to at least hold this bigger area towards like 80 and 78 cents. Which was the main support of the consolidation that we tried to start right here back in March and April. So what we saw is that Ondo was actually doing a decent job at that, but it also looks very, very similar to others, right? I mean, this is the others chart, so this is basically altcoins, and you can see that also made a bottom similar to Ondo, and then it was also able to reclaim. Wow, that's absolutely not what I wanted to use. But then it was also able to reclaim the value area low. Yeah, so here it is, the value area low, right? And we got some compression against that, but some positive compression. So what we said in my last video on Ondo is that it looked like we were getting back into that balance, and if that was the case, that the price target was obviously the top of the balance, or at least the point of control at 83, 84 cents. So we got that bounce from the value area low. Right now, I also think we are heading up to that value area high, right? So that's around 97 cents. I think the market circumstances are quite good. So I think we can go a little bit higher into $1, which is a major psychological resistance level, of course, and the yearly rolling VWAP at 1.05. That's what I would expect right now in broad terms for Ondo. Now, look, do I think that Ondo is going to break out of this consolidation, right? Because you should basically see Ondo as being in this big range right here, which it has deviated below and above, but ultimately for the majority of the time we've stayed in that. Do I expect that we will break above that? AKA, do I think we will break above this level right here? No. I think the volume, I think the momentum that we're seeing from Ondo is not enough for that. So if that changes, then my mind can change as well. But at this point of time, I think it's more likely that we will rally higher, all right, together with the markets into major resistance levels we have to the upside. Like I said, mainly, let's say between 97 cents and $1.03. So that is what I do expect. But then from there, I do expect resistance. And then I'll still keep you updated on the fact, if we actually hit that, can we break above that? But I would say for now, I think the best assumption to make is no. And I would also be careful for a bit of a pullback into imbalances. One bearish headline and things can change relatively quickly, right? So for me, the main level to look at then is this level right here at 85 cents, where you have the 7-day rolling VWAP, a naked POC, and a fair value gap, right? So that's a potential, if you're interested in it, that's a potential sweep entry, that we get a pullback, and that from there we're able to get a continuation into $99, etc. But those are my thoughts. So overall, technically, looks very good. Momentum-wise, fundamentals-wise, I'm a little bit hesitant. I think there's better picks, to say the least. But that's it for now. Hopefully it helps. Those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching. Take care, and bye.